Hello and welcome to this video about the Cartons and Pallets module. We'll be taking a look at the setup of the module, and that includes the migration of existing data into Mintsoft and also how to set the billing up if you're a 3PL charging for your services. The first thing we're going to take a look at is goods in locations. We need these so that we can receive pallets into the warehouse. If we go to Warehouse and then Manage Warehouses on the main menu, we can then scroll to the right hand side on our warehouse and go to Locations. We need to ensure we have at least one goods in location set up for all the flows with pallets and cartons able to work. If we filter by location type, I have a goods in location type, and you can see I have a goods in zone 1 and a goods in zone 2. To set these up, you can export your locations here and add a new location and make sure the location type is goods in. You might need to set a goods in location type up first, and to do that you'll need to go to Warehouse and then Extras. Head to the location types page, and here you can manage all of your existing location types and add new ones. For example, you could click Add Location Type, call it goods in, give it a priority between 1 and 99, and you could mark it as goods in only. The priority here isn't too important, as a goods in location cannot allocate stock to orders for picking. Click Save once you're done, and then you can add your new locations. The next thing for us to take a look at is carton and pallet types. You need to set these up before you can create cartons or pallets so that Mintsoft can recognize the type of carton and pallet they are. You'll need to go to Cartons and Pallets on the main menu, and then Extras. From here, you can maintain carton types and pallet types. We'll take a look at pallet types for an example, as the setup is the same for both. At the top of the page, you can add a new pallet type. You can put a name, a description, a prefix, weight, measurements, and then a maximum weight for the pallet type. If we scroll down, we can see some examples that have been made previously. For example, a Euro pallet. We have the name Euro pallet, the description to match, the prefix which will go at the beginning of any automatically generated pallet ID, for example EUR0001. Then we have the weight and dimensions, followed by, on the right hand side, an edit button to maintain these pallet types if changes are needed, or a delete button. However, you can only delete if there are no cartons or pallets associated to the carton or pallet type. And now we're going to move on to how you can upload your cartons and pallets into the system in bulk. This is perfect if you're migrating from an old system or simply need to add a few new cartons and pallets. We'll head back to Cartons and Pallets on the main menu again, and this time go to Extras once more. From here, you can go to Upload Cartons and Pallets, and what you'll need to do is download a template and open it in Excel. Once you open the template, it should look like this. You'll need to consider all 6 columns when filling it in, without deleting any columns, and then upload it to Mintsoft. Let's take a look at an example now. Column A is the carton or pallet code or ID that will identify it and be on the barcode. At this stage, you should enter the prefix alongside it. For example, pallet ID 0001 would have STD for standard pallet at the start. Column B is the storage media name. This would be standard pallet or Euro pallet, or large carton or small carton, whatever you've set up in your carton and pallet types. Next we have the parent pallet code. This is only used by cartons that will be placed inside of an existing pallet, as Mintsoft allows you to stack the storage as cartons into pallets into locations if required. Then we have the SSCC code, which will live with the pallet throughout its journey. This has to be 18 digits as it's an industry standard. Then we have the warehouse, such as main warehouse, and the location within the main warehouse. So for these 20 pallets, they will all begin initially in goods in zone 1. Once you're happy with this, you can save the file and then upload it back to Mintsoft. Back on Mintsoft, once you've chosen the file, you can click Upload, And you're presented with a screen to let you know if each individual carton and pallet was successfully added or if there were any issues. You can also search the word error on this results page to find errors from a larger file easier. After you've uploaded your cartons and pallets, you may need to generate barcodes for them. To do this, we'll go back once more to Cartons and Pallets Extras. Then we'll head to Generate Carton Pallet Labels. And on here, you can choose a template if you have the Custom Documents module, as you can create your own. And then you need to enter the carton and pallet codes. You can simply paste these in from Excel if it's easier. Once you have the codes in, you can choose whether they are carton or pallets. And you can choose how many labels you need per ID. For example, you might put 2 labels on each carton or pallet. Then you can choose whether you'd like them printed as a Word document format or as a PDF format. Click Generate and Mintsoft will produce a document for you saved in your downloads. For example, here are 20 barcodes for the pallets which I just created. You can also generate carton and pallet labels and IDs from the mobile app on demand when required. This is possible during some of the inventory management flows. However, you can also scroll down on the home screen and you have buttons to create pallet or create carton. You'll need to select the carton or pallet type, for example, Euro pallet, and then you can enter the code, or you can click Auto Generate. You can select here that you need more if required. You can even type in a number, such as 20. If I now click Auto Generate 10 pallet codes, Mintsoft will generate these IDs and print the labels for me. We get an alert to confirm this is what we wish to do. Then we need to decide a location where these cartons and pallets will begin initially. We get a message at the bottom to confirm exactly what's just happened. You'll find in other videos how to set up the printer to be connected to the mobile app. Back on the PC, we're now going to have a look at how you can upload stock to cartons and pallets. This is possible at any time, however it's most likely to happen if migrating data in from a previous system. One more time, we'll head to Cartons and Pallets and then Extras. And then we'll go to Upload Carton and Pallet Stock. And from here we can download a template that we'll need to fill in before uploading back into the system. We'll take a look at that now. This template is a nice one to manage, and you simply need to enter here your carton and pallet IDs, the SKUs that will be going onto them, the quantity of those, and then if required, fill in any attributes. For example, it might look like this. In this example, these 10 pallets all have 100 kettlebells going onto each of them, and these 10 pallets all have 200 yoga mats going onto each of them too. It is possible to have multiple items on a single pallet. You would just need to have more than one line with the same pallet code. Save this file on complete and then upload to Mintsoft on the previous screen. And finally, we're going to take a look at how to set up the 3PL billing if you are a 3PL user of Mintsoft for the Cartons and Pallets module. First, we'll look at the storage costs. To set this up for your client, you need to go to Clients and then Overview. And you'll need to then find the client you wish to add costs to, click Actions, and then Edit. Head up to the Storage Costs tab, and you can set the storage type as Carton Pallet Type Usage. Once you've done that, click Save, and then you can add costs to it. You'll need to do this by going to 3PL Accounting, and then Overview. And then you can scroll down and you'll find below Carton Pallet Type Storage Prices. You can edit existing prices or you can create new ones. For example, we might charge the Cartons and Pallets demo client per Euro pallet a cost of £5 per day, or we might charge them £10 weekly. Click Create and repeat as many times as necessary. Lastly, we're going to take a look at the carton and pallet picking costs. There's no requirement to set anything up for these in the client's overview, as any prices you've set up there can still apply to certain types of orders. Carton and pallet picking costs will only apply if full cartons and pallets have been picked using carton and pallet picking method. We head once again to 3PL accounting overview. We scroll down and we have carton and pallet type picking costs. These work in a very similar way to the storage prices, where once we go onto that screen, we can edit and delete existing ones, or we can create up at the top right hand side. And for example, we might charge one particular client a fee for picking a Euro pallet. And in this case, the first fee that we charge is £10 for a pallet being picked, and then any additional pallets being picked, we might charge £8 as a discount. Then we click create, the price is added into the system, and that completes this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope it's helped.